7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Are you listening?
Ricky J Sports.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Ricky J, big guy from Ricky J Sports, and welcome to another video, especially welcome to our Prediction League video update. Yes, that's right. And I've been getting messages from people saying, Ricky, where's the updated standings? And here they are right now. The updated standings are, number 1, we've got Aiden Boyce, who has been on a tear the past 3 events. I love what Saeed is doing, hitting the 100 club for the second event in a row. And look at me, yours truly, Ricky J Sports, tied with my good buddy Frosty Blizzard Gaming with 270. And then it's all just, everybody's just jam-packed. Not too far behind everybody is, as you see Jake Prince, who's at 11th right now, only 100 points off Aiden Boyce, and there's still 2 more events to go. And look at the champ Josh Reyes right now, sitting in 13th, and it doesn't look like Joshy's gonna repeat unless he starts going kind of off the grid with his picks for his next couple of events. So I think if I had to give Josh advice, if the majority of people pick a certain fighter, pick the other side just so you can make that epic comeback and hope for the upset. But things are looking good. Things are looking great. I hope you guys are all enjoying Season 3 of my UFC Fantasy League. Now, let's get into event number 4, and that's UFC 198. Let's go. Now, right away in the main event, it's Fabricio Werdum against Stipe Miocic. And for you guys that don't know, Werdum destroyed Cain Velasquez almost a year ago. In 3 rounds, he submitted him, and they were supposed to have that rematch in this card, but Velasquez, he can't stay healthy, man. So Stipe is in, and Stipe has been doing great. If you guys are wondering about Stipe Miocic, he is a bruiser, man. Like, he really likes to throw down and brawl, basically. He has a good top game on the ground, to be honest, but he is a guy that doesn't shy away from a good stand-up fight. Now, with Fabricio Werdum, a lot of people would say that his stand-up isn't that great, but you saw what he did against Cain Velasquez. Blame it on the altitude. Blame it on, Cain being rusty, but he had a great jab. And he had, what I loved about Fabricio in his last fight with Cain is like what he was throwing, it didn't look like it was taking a lot out of his stamina. His shots were just on point, and then he was kind of very meticulous with where he was going with his shots, and he wasn't throwing any crazy kicks or anything like that, just nice straight punches. And then Cain made that mistake of shooting in for the takedown after being really tired, and then he just locked in the submission. And in this fight, I think if Fabricio Werdum could withstand the power of Stipe in the first round, as the fight progresses, it's all going to be Fabricio's fight. If I was a betting guy, and if I'm going to lay down my pick right now, I think Stipe is going to be surprised by Werdum's stand-up, and then Fabricio is just going to tie him up at some point. If Stipe is silly enough to go for the takedown, you will see Werdum lock in a submission, and I think that's what's going to happen. I think it's going to be Fabricio 3rd round submission. I think Stipe is going to have his moments, but then he will fade, and Fabricio will just get stronger, and then he'll eventually lay a submission on him, and it'll be game over. I hate to say it because I like Stipe, but I just don't think he has the ground game that can compete with Werdum, and he will win. Like I said, 3rd round submission for Fabricio Werdum. Now in the co-main event, we have Jacare Souza, or some people say Jacare Souza, against Vitor Belfort. And this fight is going to be a great battle between 2 very good Brazilian fighters. And Belfort, he's been around for a long time. He's 39 years old, and he really is at the tail end of his career. And a lot of people would say that he was on PEDs when he was taking out guys like Rockhold, and remember Michael Bisping? I felt so sorry for him. But I think now with the new rules, the new PED rules, and the IVs being banned, I think it's going to really affect Vitor. And Jacare is the probably the best light heavyweight or middleweight submission guy. And I just think if Vitor is going to win this fight, it's going to happen in the first round. I think he's the best first round fighter in the history of the UFC. Him and BJ Penn for sure. But if you can kind of drag on that fight, if you can drag it on against Vitor, he will fade. And I think Jacare will just show his really diverse game and slow down Vitor. Poor Vitor. I like Vitor Belfort, but Vitor throws things at 110% every single time. And I think as the fight continues, Vitor will fade. And I'm going to have to say that Jacare, it's a tough one because I think I could see Vitor knocking him out in the first round. But I think Jacare is going to just wear him down. And I'm going to have to say Jacare is going to win by third round decision. I think that's how it's going to go. He's the younger fighter. And yeah, that's my take. It's going to be Jacare by third round decision. Anyhow, people, thank you so much for stopping by. Let me know your picks. It's this Saturday, so get those picks in quick. You guys are the best. This is Ricky J, baby, from Ricky J Sports.
And you are awesome.